Yeah, one of the other great moments for me was the River Rave. One of the years that we did it, we were the very first show at the new Gillette Stadium. Remember that?
I did not know that.
Yes.
We were one of the last shows at the old Gillette Stadium.
The old Gillette Stadium too. Yeah, it's true. We had both. We ended the old and started with the new.
Now this year at the River Rave we have Scott Weiland back. Scott Weiland, always a big deal, and I have a story that involves
Well, it's
Scott.
the second rave. He played before.
And then he played again at the Foxborough one.
Yes.
I believe when he was a solo act. I don't remember.
Did he get busted the next day?
Yeah, I'm going to tell that story. Here's
Sorry,
the
I
deal.
blew
That's
it.
all right. Now, Scott Weiland, one of the true rock stars, and he's a big, giant David Bowie fan, a fanatic. And I knew that. And I had this, I've been saving this Cream magazine for many years, a 1976 Cream magazine with David Bowie on the cover, and it was the David Bowie from The Man Who Fell to Earth with the orange hair and everything. So it's pretty collectible, and I knew he'd dig it. I made the mistake of giving it to him before the interview, and he didn't pay much attention during the interview. Come on in, Adam. Adam 12, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
So I gave it to him before the interview, and he started looking through it during the interview and didn't pay any attention to the interview at all, because he was into it so much. And so I learned that lesson. Never give your guest a gift, if you really think they're going to like it, before the interview, or they won't pay any attention. They'll just play with their gift.
What was it that you gave them? I'm late to the party.
1976 Cream magazine with David Bowie in the cover, because as you know, Adam 12,
Yes.
Scott Weiland's a giant David Bowie fan.
Huge David Bowie fan.
Well, he's a normally sized person.
Yes, but
he's a big
huge in
fan.
the sense of...
He's a big fan.
Right.
Okay. Any, your turn, go ahead with it.
Yes, we're telling River Rave stories.
River Rave
River,
memories.
yes.
River Rave memories. Speaking of River Rave memories.
Yes.
There was the one at Foxborough where Bob Lobel was at,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone took off their top.
There was a bit of that happening in the audience.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
Girls would get on the shoulders and go, wah!
And inadvertently, they were broadcast on the big screen.
And there was a bit of trouble that
Created
came
a
from
problem
that.
for
Yes.
us, yes.
So, do we not talk about that?
No, we
So
said
last statute of
it was a
limitations
long
is
time
probably
ago.
up on-
It was
yeah.
a long time ago. There was some upset clients, but girls in the audience were being urged to remove their tops, and a lot of them did.
They complied. That's right. And then it was an embarrassment for the sophisticated Bob Lobel. He wasn't supposed to be associated with that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah,
And
there's a little bit of backlash.
Not one to work blue.
He's not involved in that kind of sport, but that was a memorable.
Probably a good memory for him.
Dave. And then there was the other time at the Tweeter Center. We had a client who hired a couple of models to work in the booth. We won't say who the client is in their area, you know.
Models?
And, well, they turned out to be strippers, and they kept removing their tops, and they got arrested. And they almost arrested the client, but we saved that person from being arrested by the Mansfield Police Department.
I think I remember that.
These
Yes.
stories are reminding me, I just the other day played on my live lunch set from the Boss Tones, River Rave 2000, and Dickie Barrett from the band, pleading with members of the audience, saying, some of the ladies enjoy crowd surfing, please, fellas, keep your hands to yourselves, don't touch them inappropriately, which was answered by resounding boos from the audience. Yeah.
And I have another memory, speaking of Scott Weiland, this is really a good one. One of my great rock memories of all time happened at a River Rave. And it was when Scott was performing at Foxborough, he had the blue feather boa.
Yes.
That was one of the best sets ever at a River Rave. And one of our jobs as jocks that year was to go out and not only bring the artists on, but to take them off and say, ladies and gentlemen, STP coming up is this and that. And
Right.
check out WBCN.com or whatever. So that was going to be my job, post STP.
Okay.
But Scott was going wild. And
I
the
remember.
encore went on. And I was sitting right behind the drummer, maybe this bar, ready to go on. Then it took a while. I'm sitting there, and the set got wild at that point. So I got to practically be in the band for one of the best sets ever, and see Scott from as far as I am too.
I've got good memories of
Just
being
he
side
was running
stage, too,
around
yeah.
with the whole boa thing. I was just blown away by what a true rock star he was, and
It's great having that access too, which is something we've been giving people on the air, giving the tickets away, giving them backstage access to be that close and to be able to watch from the side of the stage, feel like you're part of the band.
that has a good side and a bad side, because once they do that, they'll be spoiled.
Ah, true,
I mean,
true.
how often do you like going out into the You like,
Oh, I still get a kick out of that.
yeah, compared
But
to being on the
I
side of the
see what
stage,
I see where you're coming from though.
It's so insider when you're on the stage with the band.
That was a great feeling, a great memory for me though. Was my first River Rave back in Boston was in 2003. I just started at BCN in February 2003, and then that year I believe that was maybe Dropkick Murphys were headlining that year, or they were on second to last, or I'm going to screw the year up or whatever. But I remember standing side stage for the Dropkick Murphys set and really feeling like, oh, it's good to be back home.